What's up everybody, Mikey Revolt from Lowbrow Customs here in my own personal garage. I'm sitting next to my brand new 1993 Heritage Softail Classic. That's right, look at all those studs, look at all them conchos, look at the bright red shiny paint. It screams acid wash jeans, white New Balance tennis shoes, some cut off jean jackets, and bike night bandanas screaming ho 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 ho. Where's the hamburgers and Bud Lights? Whew, man, I can't wait to get on the open road with this thing. I'm just messing, guys. That's not what we're doing with this at all. We're calling this Project Stud because of all the beautiful studs on the old saddlebags. The bike only has 8,152 miles and then the motor is super clean. That was the main reason I purchased this bike, and I got it for a measly 3,800 bucks. That's super cheap for a Harley-Davidson, and a big twin at that. This is a perfectly good bike, perfectly great for anyone in any way, shape, or form to ride around all around town and have a great time on. But that's not what we do here at Lowbrow Customs. We want to chop this bad boy up and make it a full-blown, show quality, high quality chopper. That's right, we're going to do a show quality chopper here in my garage as much as I can. I will have some help from my friend Tim Fiorucci of Fiorucci Fabrications. He's gonna help me with a lot of the fab work, so you might see this bike go to his shop a few times. We're also gonna do some R&D work and maybe make a couple new parts as we're on the fly, on the go, which is really exciting and always cool to do when we're doing these kind of projects. We're really looking to develop new stuff for you guys. I'm really excited about this build because we're gonna take the motor and trans and drop it in Gasbox's newest Big Twin full frame.
Big Twin full frames.
That's right, guys, Big Twin full frames. 1936 to 1999. If you've got a knucklehead, panhead, shovelhead, or a Big Twin Evo such as this, you are in luck. And he's got a bunch of different flavors and options for you. If you have a 4-speed ratchet top or the 5-speed like this bike here. If you want it to be normal standard height or 3 up on the neck, it's a 32-degree neck, which is great for choppers. He also has Frisco mount or your through bolt stock style gas tank options. He also includes an oil tank with that and a battery box with strap. I mean, this thing is dialed. I'll show you guys in a minute and we'll walk you through all the cool features on that. Another great project we're gonna show you on this build is how to install Lowbrow Customs' new narrow trees and tapered lowers. That's right, guys, we're bringing the tapered lowers back. They're new and improved. I also chose to use 6/over tubes on this build. It's gonna look hella awesome. Another really cool part we're gonna show you guys how to fully install on this motorcycle is a Cannonball 5-speed kicker kit. That is really exciting. Not only can you have electric start on this motorcycle, but we're gonna have that 5-speed kicker gear set up. Tim Fiorucci is gonna help us with both of those installs and walk you through all that good stuff. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys what the progress is as I'm going along. Stick around. I'm gonna show you guys the Gasbox full frame next and show you what we're working with and where that motor and transmission is going to live. Again, nothing else on this bike is gonna stay. Sorry dads in the world, but this is all going back to the old swap meet. All right, guys, here it is. This is the Gasbox full frame I chose to use for this build. This is the 3-up Frisco mounted 5-speed version. Again, there is tons of different versions and options for your specific build. If you need a 4-speed ratchet top, he's got it. If you want standard height on the neck, they have that as well. I went with the 3-up because, again, I'm running those 6/over tubes with those narrow trees from Lowbrow Customs and Tapered Fork Lowers. 21-inch wheel on the front, 18-inch wheel on the back. These frames are going to use Sportster or Big Twin Softail disc brake setups. On the back, it's 3/4 axle. Drum brakes are not going to work on this bad boy. Also comes with the oil tank. And in the oil tank is a battery box, gives you a ton of room to run your normal stock style battery. And on a chopper, to hide a big battery like that is very hard. Horseshoe oil tank included with the battery box and the strap to keep it in there. Really great feature, love that. The Frisco mounts allow me to use a multitude of different gas tanks. And once I get the motor in, we'll show you flipping through all the different gas tanks, what they look like. It's gonna be a really cool video to give you guys an insight, and maybe you don't have the luxury of getting every single gas tank, so that will really help out. So I'm really excited to do that video for you guys. You got your top motor mount here and your 2 bottom motor mounts there. Really easy access to pick the motor up and slide it right into place. And then your 5-speed transmission down here will be mounted there. I have a 5-speed trans plate that will go in. They also have mounting holes for easy installation of a fender. Behind the oil tank, they've also added a mounting tab for the middle of your fender. The only thing you have to worry about is figuring out what sissy bar or struts you want to run with your fender and make that rear mounting location. They've even given you holes on the axle plates to mount that rear strut and or sissy bar. So again, these guys have thought of everything for you to make your build easy as can be. The backbone is hollow, which allows for internal wiring if you're so desired, or you can run your wiring on the outside. Super easy as well. On the front motor mount, you'll see that there are locations for forward controls. I'm not a big fan of forward controls because I'm a short guy. I'm probably gonna do some high mids. We're actually gonna make that with Tim Fiorucci, and we're gonna develop those so that maybe you guys will be able to purchase those from us as well, and someday near in the future. Don't quote me on that, but this bike will have high mids on it. This will be the prototype for sure. These frames are constructed of 1.5 inch and 1 inch tubing, and it's TIG welded throughout. The TIG welding from my friend Jim at Gasbox is absolutely phenomenal. He's one of the best TIG welders out there. These are all handmade in Cleveland, Ohio. And yeah, that's it. We're gonna take this guy off the lift. We're gonna put the Softail back on. I will get started on pulling that motor apart and transmission so that we can eventually put that in here. The other step we got to do is take this over to Fiorucci Fabrications with my friend Tim and show you guys how to install Lowbrow Customs new narrow trees. We're going to show you the cup installation using Fast Eddie Co's neck cup installation tool. We're going to show you the 6-over front end going into the tapered lowers, show you how to measure the PVC pipe so that everything compresses correctly, and we're going to get that all buttoned up in the front to make this a roller so that it'll make putting the motor from the Softail and transmission from the Softail easier to put in. You want to make this a roller first, then put the motor in. So we will get that going. Wayne's World, you ever seen it? Anyway, motor and transmission out of the Softail. And you're like, wait, Mikey, you didn't show us any of that. I know, right? Didn't want to bore you with the dumb details of taking apart a stock motorcycle. One thing I would suggest if you are doing this job is pull the oil tank first. This gives you a lot more room to loosen nuts and bolts. Here it gives you a lot more room to work. It gave me access to the starter motor, the inner primary case. It just gave me a lot more options to move around. If you left that oil tank in, you're gonna be struggling trying to fight nuts and bolts. So that's one little tip for you. Other than that, I took the gas tanks off because the motor had to come out, which it is, it's out. It's on a Lowbrow Customs motor stand, which is Big Twin engine stand. You can find those on the website. And the transmission came out, boom, right there. And we're getting ready to put that into the roller. So we're gonna take this guy off of the lift and then we're gonna put the roller on. We went to Tim Fiorucci's shop and we actually put on Lowbrow Customs new front end, the narrow triple trees, 6-over tubes and tapered fork lowers. I'm so excited to show you guys. All right, toodaloo Softail. We'll see you later. Thanks for your service. You'll see this bike probably again on another tech tip or two. We're gonna do some R&D work on this roller here. But yeah, see you later. Thanks for your service there, Softail. Here's the grand reveal. Check that out, rolling. Woo! Whew, getting goosebumps just thinking about it. 18-inch wheel on the back with Avon safety 2 tire. We got a 21 on the front, the Lowbrow hub, spool hub wheel with a Avon Speedmaster. Just a great combination. I really am a firm believer that tires make or break a motorcycle. The stance with this 3-up, just super high and aggressive, but laid back enough with these 6-inch risers from Cycle Standard and these mini apes. I've been seeing this a lot in a lot of Japanese builds, and I thought that's such a cool style. It's something I want to throw in this build. Let me lock this down and we'll go over the front end and some other things that we're going to do to the bike. But man, I'm just so excited to get this motor and transmission in here and get going on this project. It's like I said, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. This is one of the coolest stances and builds. I'm really excited. So, all right, let me get it locked down. A little extra support in the center with a center stand. Always good idea to have one of these. Pick one of those up at your local store. Get a little extra support there. Before we get going on the motor and transmission install on the frame, I wanted to go over the front end with you guys real quick. This is a 9-inch mini ape set from Cycle Standard, and then we have 6-inch risers also from Cycle Standard. Moving on to the triple trees, these are the new Lowbrow Customs narrow triple trees. Compared to a stock 39mm, these are 1 inch narrower, bringing in those fork tubes just a little bit, but then also giving you enough room to run the Lowbrow Customs spool hub. Because the spool hub is 4 inches wide, you couldn't run like say a Mullins or some of the other narrower triple trees out there. So we wanted to design a triple tree that you could run our Lowbrow Custom spool hub on properly and give enough clearance to run it safely. The other cool features on these triple trees is there is pinch bolts not only on the top but on the bottom of the 1 inch stem that is supplied with it as well. This allows you not to have to press fit in your stem on the bottom and then it's stuck there forever. It gives a lot of ease to installation and for mock-up. There are pinch bolts on either side of your tubes on the top and bottom, and we've also drilled out a hole for you on the bottom for a headlight mount. For the headlight, I'm running a Prism Supply Co. 4.5-inch LED headlight. I'm really excited to get my hands on that thing. It's one of their newest products and they really dialed it in using the glass filament to actually project the LEDs properly. A lot of people don't do that correctly and they have definitely made it right. So I'm excited to use that and I thank those guys for offering one of those for this build. These tubes are 6 over, again as stated before, running a 6 over front end on this 3-up frame just gives a really nice stance to the bike itself. As we move down to the bottom of the forks itself, you'll notice a fork brace. These will work for your narrow triple trees or stock triple trees. These fork braces work really well when you're running a 6, 8 over or 10 over front end. Say for instance you hit a pothole or maybe a rock and you don't have a fork brace on your bike, the actual bottom fork lowers could move left or right and cause your tubes to actually twist. This makes for very unstable riding and also could cause you to wreck. The fork brace actually takes over where your dust shields will go. It'll click in place with just a hit from a rubber mallet or two, and then there's 2 pinch bolts on the back that secure it. This now allows for you to hit bumps and your lower fork legs will move up and down at the exact same time, giving you stability in your steering and just a peace of mind that you're not going to get out of control or get those crazy speed wobbles. And certainly last but not least, the Lowbrow Tapered Fork Lowers. Like I said, we are re-releasing them. This is a prototype version. The ones that are in production will look just a slightly bit different. You'll see on the bottom by the axle adjustment, there is a through bolt with a nut. With the production version, there will be a blind hole, so it'll be completely smooth. You will not see any nuts on the back side. On the inside of the legs, you also notice there is a bit of a taper that goes in. So it actually cuts in so that allows for the spokes to move through freely and never hit. We have developed spacer kits for these triple trees, the narrow triple trees, and also your stock so you can run that 21 spool hub wheel from Lowbrow easily and not have to worry about figuring out on your lathe what size spacers you need. We've tried to take out all the guesswork for you guys and just make it easy to plug and play this stuff in. I can't believe how cool this front end looks. I hope you guys are stoked on it as much as I am. All right, I'm gonna get this motor into the frame. Watch me struggle, I guess. Get your arm stuck in there like that. That wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad, boys and girls. Did all right. Did all right. We did all right. I'm just loosely hand tightening the bolts on the lower motor mounts. I'm not gonna crank them down just yet. I still gotta install the transmission, and I plan on running a 2-inch open belt drive from BDL, and it also is gonna allow me to use electric start. So there is an actual inner primary cover that goes on, and that lines up the transmission and motor. Once that happens, then I can crank everything down. So we're just loosely fitting this stuff up for right now, and once I get that BDL belt drive in, we will be rocking and rolling on tightening everything down. All right, we're gonna put the 5-speed transmission in next. It should be pretty simple. Just gonna line up some holes, and the bottom plate's already mounted on from stock, so we're just gonna leave that on for now and adjust where we need to. All right. Pretty simple. For the hardware on this bike, I'm going to be using only Colony Machine hardware, American made, right here in Ohio. Mark and his staff over there at Colony Machine, they are the best, and I only want to use anything and everything from them because they do their homework and everything fits like a dream. So thank you, Mark, for supplying hardware for this motorcycle. And yeah, so Socket Boy is going in the transmission. Let's go. All right, there we go. The motor and transmission installed in the frame. I couldn't be happier with how this is actually turning out. I love the stance. I love the handlebars and risers, the front end. Everything's just coming together. The plan is coming together. And that's one thing I could say to any of you guys out there. If you're looking to build your first bike, or maybe you've built a few, my one advice that I always give everyone is have a game plan. Write it down, a bunch of parts that you saw on lowbrowcustoms.com or any other catalogs, or on a friend's bike, or you saw some photos of some other bikes, save those and put them together and try to get some inspiration, and then have a game plan so you're not just kind of throwing parts and hoping they stick on an actual frame. We've got a lot of ways to go on this build. This is just the very beginning. We gotta mount the fender. I gotta figure out which gas tank I want. I had the plan, but there's a couple different gas tanks that I'm in between. And it's literally if it just sits high or low on the frame, I'm just kind of contemplating which look I'm going for on that, but we'll get there. We gotta make a custom sissy bar, custom seat pan. We're gonna do kind of like a middle king queen seat, not too high, not too low. Classy stuff. We're also going to do a full custom exhaust on this build. So we're going to keep you updated on it. I'm going to do a couple more overview videos, just kind of walking you through some of the stuff that we've done and show you a lot more parts that we're adding on to the build itself. We're also going to do in-depth videos again, like I said, a 5-speed kicker kit from Cannonball. Our friends at W&W supplied that for us, so we're going to get that install video for you. That's going to be a really in-depth one, and I'm really thankful for those guys, so thank you, W&W. We're also going to show you guys how to install a BDL 2-inch belt drive kit with electric start. So that's going to be a great little feature on this bike that'll also help us line the motor and transmission up fully and properly. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, lowbrowcustoms.com for all your chopper and motorcycle needs. We have thousands upon thousands of parts ready to ship to you today. So until next time, Project Stud and Mikey Revolt, we're out. See you later. Toodaloo. Bye. Bye-bye. Woo! Woo! Fishing! In the exact same position at the same time hitting bumps, not having some maybe one way or the other. This looks really good. So stupid. Until next time, Project Stud and Mikey Revolt, we out. See ya later. Out the door. Gonna get out of here. See ya. Bye. Toodaloo. Woo, 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 woo.